Hi, I'm Rob Durham. Today I'm going to talk to you about how much you should charge for your comedy show.
He tours clubs and colleges all over. He's just published his third book. Give a nice big round of applause for Rob Durham.
The short answer for how much you should charge is as much as possible. You never want to undercut yourself. Instead, aim high and then you can go down from there. I always like to exchange a few emails with the person who is interested in booking me first before I talk to them on the phone. That way you can do a little research and figure out what their maximum budget is. There are a few factors that I base my price on. What time of the year is it? For example, if it's November through January, these are corporate party seasons, especially in December, they're having a corporate party. They're going to have a higher budget, so you can charge more. The biggest factor is how many people are going to be at this show. For example, if you know they're going to be charging tickets for 200 to 300 people, your price needs to skyrocket. If it's a smaller show of maybe 25 to 50 people, you can bring your price down because it's not as big of a deal. Another factor I like to choose my price with is it a charity show or is it just a bar trying to make money? If it's a bar trying to make more money, I'm not going to cut them any slack. If it's a charity show, maybe I'll be nice and knock a few $100 off my price. Other factors that should affect your price is not only what month is it in, but what night of the week it is. Whether you have to be clean or not. For example, if you have to be clean, you can charge a lot more because there aren't a lot of clean comics out there. And if you have to find an opener who's clean, that's going to cost you a little more too. So if they want a cleaner show, tell them that's going to cost more. And they can shop around, but they're not going to find a lot of options. Another factor is how far you're going to have to drive to get to this gig. If it's 3 or 4 hours, they need to raise their price to cover all those tanks of gas. Sometimes they'll offer you a hotel room. Turn that down and just take the money instead. You can make a lot more money driving through the night rather than staying in a hotel room for $50 or $100 that ultimately comes out of your pocket. If you can't agree on a price, maybe shorten the show. If they want 90 minutes, shorten that down to 45 or 60 minutes because they're not paying you as much, so you're not doing as much time for them. Sometimes you have to compromise on that. That's one of the easier ways to do it. Ultimately, your price is up to you. Figure out what you think you're worth, and don't sell yourself short on it. I've done some really bad gigs and only made $50. So the consensus is on a Christmas party or something like that, if it's going to be awful and you're going to have to endure an hour of hell, charge more. And if they say no, then fine, you don't have to do it. If they do accept it, then, well, ultimately, at least you get a good payday. Another thing with bar shows is if they invest $500, $600 in you, they're going to make sure that people are there. If you're only working for $100, $200, that's not a big deal to them. They're not going to promote the show nearly as much. So, make sure that they're going to invest enough in you that they get people to come out and see you. It's okay to say no. I've occasionally said no. It hurts because it's money out of your pocket, but you have to do what's best for the comedy industry. You shouldn't be driving 4 hours to do a $100 gig at a place where, they're ultimately banking off of your art. If they're charging $10 a head and there's 200 people there, they should be able to pay you a substantial amount on that. I have shown up to gigs where I found out the booker was making a lot more than any of the comedians, and it's infuriating that happens. So, do a little research ahead of time, figure out what the booker is making and what you're going to make, and if it's not fair, say no. For more tips on how to make money in stand-up comedy, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Or if you'd like, you can buy my book, Don't Wear Shorts on Stage. It's available on Amazon, iTunes, Kindle, any other ebook format. It's out there. I'll see you next time.